Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting, so we binge on our Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. Thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing.
What is going on, guys? Back in the house with the dog. Let's go. Let's go.
Blackrue, here's the thing. There's a difference between content creators and researchers. There's a difference. The reality is the information that you brought forward for people who are just tuning in. Let me make sure, because there's going to be different types of viewers on this video. You got the viewers who've been rocking with you since day one, who know what you provide. And you got the viewers who are now that it hit a penny are paying attention to Swift. They're on Coinbase. That was the last sub penny coin, really. We're not talking about the memes. The last utility sub penny coin that just took off over a penny. There is no more at this current point. Blackrue told you about that. Now, what happens is you're going to have people who tune in and they're going to be like, I want to look up Swift, and the algorithm is going to bring them to the videos you provided. So if you didn't know it, Blackrue sat there and went through the Tim Draper aspect. And if you don't know who Tim Draper is, let me give you his 5,000-foot view. Blackrue said, hey, this project called Swift Coin, if you read the white paper, if you just stop where everyone else has stopped, you hear the name drop of Tim Draper and you move on. No, sir. No, ma'am. Not I. Blackrue Investing. I've been working in the stock area for years. That name means something. That's an American billionaire named Tim Draper. Let me tell you about Tim Draper. And he spent months deep diving Tim Draper as a venture capitalist, and then the companies that Tim Draper is on. And why does that matter? Because up until this point, Swift Coin's been out for 7 years, about 7 years, 2017. And since 2017, only thing people talked about was they got a venture seed funding from Tim Draper and they moved on. Everybody. Blackrue, starting February the 1st of 2024, start to dig deep into Tim Draper to explain it to you. And now you understand that Swift Coin is not only utility, but you understand there's a billionaire who says, I want to make money. I want to make billions off of this particular project. It's not all of my projects, but I already see that there needs to be cross-chain connection because I want the most money. You control the money, you get paid. So Blackrue has brought that to you. So Blackrue, I'm excited. I'm gonna give you your flowers every time because you're humble. Everybody knows you're humble. But that Tim Draper connection that you've been hitting on for 12 months straight, almost the only project you talked about, is the key that unlocked all the other research. And I just think we got to give you your flowers, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And I think like people, if you think 1 cent is it, you're sadly mistaken. What we're getting now, right, that I think is really, really important. And, it's going to benefit people like the Drapers of the world, like the Rothschilds of the world, and us, right, is crypto regulation. I always thought, like, I know the people behind this. If they're billionaires behind this, eventually it'll get regulated. But it didn't, like, dawn on me, like, okay, once regulation happens in America, than every other country, because people look to America, like it or not, people look to America as like kind of the shining light and the beacon of what's happening, right? And once we regulate it, I think people are going to feel like, okay, now let's do it. One of the things I pointed out last night in that video, Swift is taking off, is that Hong Kong is also going to do zero taxes on cryptos. Russia, they're talking about doing zero taxes on Bitcoin. And then Trump is talking about doing zero taxes on American cryptos, right? So which Swift is an American crypto, okay? So it will qualify for that. So once we have that, one of the things, let me go ahead and share the screen here. one of the things people may or may not have missed is that Trump just declared or just talked about who's going to be Gary Gensler's replacement. And he is a pro crypto guy. I'll go ahead and share this to you guys here. Mr. Paul Atkins. Okay. So one of the things this is going to open up, not only for Swift, is for all of these different cryptocurrencies, which the SEC declared as securities, right? I feel like all of those guys, which one of which is LCX, which we've talked about, I think having a move everything out of the way for these coins. So, the doors are being moved out of the way for them. So now imagine what that's going to do for Swift and how Swift for the future. Let's look at Mr. Atkins here. It says that the appointment of Atkins, a lawyer and former top SEC official who has advocated for the deregulation, spells relief for Wall Street and the crypto industry, which have chafed under President Joe Biden's hard charging the SEC's chair, Gary Gensler. So basically, this guy is going to kind of move things along for cryptocurrency. What do you think about that, Underdog?
Oh man, Blackrue, you be bringing it. I'm telling you. First, you brought Tim Draper. Then you brought the other day about American cryptos not being taxed. I didn't hear that until you told me. Let me tell you, unfortunately, in the last 10 years, I really say 10 years, from the Trump administration through the Biden administration, there has been an attack on crypto. And no one who's in crypto can say that they liked it. I mean, if you're in crypto, you did not like what's been going on through 2 administrations. And the fact is, Gary Gensler creating such regulations that were in internal regulation with SEC, it stifled and pushed away crypto under the Biden administration. And then under the Trump administration, he started the taxes on crypto, which is he called it certain things, and he has a big following. So that caused people to look at crypto bad too. So I think this is a great correction. I think this is wonderful because ultimately, Blackrue, would you agree? Crypto is no longer decentralized.
And see, that was something like I was watching a prominent channel, and they were saying like, well, XRP is not crypto. It's not decentralized. It's ran by the bankers. Anyway, so because people were kind of giving them grief about not talking enough crypto, all right? And we're all crypto every day around here, and I think people, if your argument is that XRP is not decentralized enough, I think people might be missing a little bit of the point with that one, because the banks are controlling it. You kind of want to be in the things that the banks are controlling, because they're going to continue to control things. Fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at that, it's kind of like the follow the money thing, right? And on that same token, it's like with Swift, it's the same thing. Follow the money, right? Swift is cross-border payment, a cross-border payment crypto, and it makes it almost like putting a Ripple or Stellar in your hand to be able to do cross-border payments to anywhere in BRICS, basically.
Blackrue, I was what you just said. I was thinking about that. As a community of crypto investors, have let it sink in that it's being adopted. We have been. Let me tell you, I don't know if y'all are from the country like I am, but I'm from the country, and I had a whole bunch of dogs growing up. And this is one thing I learned about dogs, and I'm going to make an analogy about people because humans have the same behavior. If you treat a dog nicely and you feed it and pet it, it'll lick your face and lick you, and it'll love you to death. But if it knows that you're going to provide it food and shelter, so that dog is dependent on you. It's become a comfort animal. Now, if you beat that dog, and I'm not saying you beat a dog, I'm saying some people do mistreat dogs. You heard the term, get treated like a dog. If you mistreat that dog, it will still come back and take the abuse. It'll bow its head and tuck its tail in because it depends on it. That's how crypto has been for us. We have been beaten down so much that we forget that the concept in 2008 that Satoshi had was a decentralized market. We have far strayed from that. It is no longer that concept anymore. So we have the ideology of decentralization because that's how it started. But just like evolution, it has changed. Crypto, we want it to be usable, friendly, with as easy as cash, credit cards. But to do that, there's a certain adaptation. And so what has happened and what we're seeing, Blackrue, is we're seeing an adaptation of crypto into something new. And I think what we're going to happen with Swift Coin, it's a hinge to that door. And no one was expecting Swift Coin to mean anything because it's not a big name brand, but it means everything because they now have spent 7 years making all 800 connections, all these connections. Now the doors are open. And what Trump is doing is very smart. What Trump is doing is trying to secure the next several elections for the Republicans. Because if everything started to go up the moment that he became the president-elect, he has a narrative he can run on. So by him making it easier access, people forget about what he used to say and they move on. And just like I have and anybody else has. And these other countries are now playing chess too. China and Russia. Russia just said 2 weeks ago they were going to ban crypto. And now, Blackrue, you just told me, they changed their mind because it is a digital war. This is what Red Dad, Blue Dad, you don't know him, but he used to talk about this. This is the digital wealth war that we are now in. And we have a front seat. Blackrue, 1 cent, that's not where it's at. You got a lot more to talk about, brother.
Underdog spoke on something that another thing about Swift that needs to be magnified. Oh God. Okay, we got something here, guys. Breaking news. Bitcoin just hit 100K. Okay. So let me go ahead and share the screen on that.
Hey, we gotta do it.
Gotta get in that. Get onto that.
Let's go.
Bitcoin just hit 100K. If you guys can't see on my screen here, the high here, you see that
Let's
8
go.
in the middle of the screen there, 100K according to TradingView. Okay,
Bitcoin just hit Blackrue. We are here for history.
Yes, indeed. We gotta love that. Gotta love it. 100K Bitcoin again.
100K.
Again, guys. You know Donald Trump's talking about his Bitcoin strategic reserve that he's doing for the federal government, and the states are also talking about putting Bitcoin on their reserves. So, okay, yeah, that's really great for the price of Bitcoin, but guess what? Altcoins are also going to follow, right? Because once you have the Bitcoin strategic reserves, maybe you have an XRP strategic reserve, like there's just like it just bodes well for the entire space. And there you go, 100K Bitcoin. Got to love it. But to continue on with us, I know it's amazing, bro. Like, do you want to add some more about that, Underdog?
I mean, Blackrue, we need a moment of silence. We can't let this is history right now. $100,000, Blackrue. When me and you first met, Bitcoin was around 17,000 to 35,000. That was 2021,
bro. That's crazy. 2021. We've been doing this for 3 years already, bro.
Yes. See, that's why my grill's gold tonight, guys. Y'all see this? This is not a real grill, but the Bitcoin made my grill gold.
That's hilarious, bro. But yeah, see, and honestly, like, where else can you do that but the crypto market? Like the stock market. Like for something to go from 17 to 100, what is that? Like it's at least a 5x, right? Because 20 times 5 would be 100. So amazing times in just 3 years. Now you can reference Swift, which up until like 2 weeks ago went like 3x itself. Like we're doing big things in this market, guys, and you have. Again, according to my video, you have 25 days. You got 25 days, guys.
Now, why do you say 25 days?
Let me present again. Share screen. Entire screen. So I always share this news to my people, and I really like to pound it home. And I think this is along with Trump giving tax breaks on American cryptos. This is also something that people don't know about is happening in the background. Central banks are going to be able to have cash reserves in cryptocurrency come January 1st of 2025, which is less than 30 days away, guys. Okay. And that's why I say to people, hey, you got 26 days. I'm saying let's get it ready a little bit early. So we got up until December 29th, right? And plus I like the number 11. So you got 25 days. And again, imagine now central banks coming in and buying crypto reserves to up to 2% of their reserves, and which I have no idea how much is that. I don't know, but you got a central bank in America, you got a central bank in China, you got a central bank in Russia, you got a central bank in Britain. All of these central banks putting in 2% of their reserves. And if you go down to the article, they say digital assets, including tokenized traditional assets. This was before they called it RWA, because this was in December 17th, 2022. So they can do that. They can also do stable coins and unbacked cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin, Swiftcoin, XRP, HBAR, you name it, right? So I'm thinking along with getting the jump on possibly having zero taxes on American cryptos, also getting a jump on the central banks about to buy a crypto, right? Crazy stuff. And I know people like, well, will the central bank buy at a high? Understand the central bank they're the people who issue money. So it really doesn't matter to them really how high they're buying it at, especially if you imagine Bitcoin to be a $1 million asset in the future. They're still buying it at a 10x discount, right? With it being 100K now. Or imagine XRP being 10K, right? They're still buying it at a really big discount. Or imagine just XRP being $589, which if we go and share their CEO, Brad Gerlinghouse's Twitter, that they always talk about 589. And shout out to my guy, Maximus Crypto. Me and Underdog both appreciate Max. Max
absolutely
video on XRP where he said the secret behind the 589 number. So it's a very good video by Max. Definitely go over to his channel and check him out. A CEO of Ripple. You can see here he has this 589 number of the people he's following. He could have chosen any number, but what he chose is 589. There's some lore behind that. And you definitely want to go to my guy Maximus Crypto's channel and check that out. He's also a very good follow here on Twitter. So definitely go over here. You can get a link to his YouTube page right on his Twitter, his X here. So definitely go check that out. So you can go check out that 589 video if you're curious about that. Back to here where we're saying again, you only have 25 days. You really only have 25 days. Now, coincidentally, I did choose December 29th. Another thing that's happening very soon is the MiCA laws. Okay. A coin that I talk about a lot, LCX, they were like the leaders of MiCA. They were the guinea pigs for the first MiCA laws. These laws are coming and they will be put into full effect December 30th. Brace yourselves, more regulations are coming. And again, regulations are good because it will have clarity around cryptocurrency. Not only are we getting the clarity with the regulations, one of the things we thought we were going to get were high taxes on crypto. But actually, it seems like we're going to get zero taxes on crypto. So even the better, right? The latest phase of markets and crypto assets kicks in December. And while the industry has had plenty of time to prepare, nevertheless necessitates some changes in the way crypto business is done. Regulations are a bad thing, but in this case, it's going to be a good thing because it's going to open up things for institutions to invest. So it's very interesting that this is going to happen on December 30th, right before January 1st, which central banks can come in and invest, right? What do you think about that, Underdog?
Oh my goodness, Blackrue, you know what this has done with the regulation is really brought forth the establishment of this crypto. It makes zero sense from an investment standpoint as a company not to take your money and back crypto, because now there's a huge tax loop. I take my money, if I make $1 million in cash, matter of fact, I want to get paid in secure. If what I'm hearing, I can get paid every payroll, put into crypto, and then cash it out, and I'm basically laundering that money legally to get paid. It makes no sense for companies not to support it. They want to see this happen because if I'm Yatsu of Animoca Brands, $6 billion company, or MicroStrategy, who does this, the whole portfolio is crypto, you could get paid exclusively in crypto. And as soon as you go to USDT to Bitcoin and back to USD, you all forgiven. Your taxable income is lower. It makes zero sense not to do this. It's wonderful, man. This is great. Great news.
Excellent news. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We're out. Peace.
Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting, so we binge on that Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. Thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing.